Oh, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Drism Gaming, and I am back with another episode. And it is Conference Championship week here for the UAB Blazers. For the first time under the tenure of Coach Dave Cena, in just his second year, he is able to lead the UAB Blazers to the Conference Championship game, which will be hosted by Progressive Stadium, hoping that the fans will pack out the stands for this late season game against North Texas. And so I wanted to go over a couple things just to kind of recap the season to this point and how we got here before we hop into the game against North Texas. As we look back over the schedule, again, like I said in the last episode, since the Ole Miss loss in week 4, we then went on to win a multitude of games, upwards to 7 games now in a row to go 11-1 and 8-0 in the conference, now having to take on a team that we played last season, and they were undefeated at the time, North Texas, who is also ranked. They're ranked number 21 in the nation, having that they already have 2 losses. That'll probably eliminate their chances of making it to the college football playoff, but ours are very alive and well here in Birmingham, Alabama. And so we want to make sure, and so in this second meeting with North Texas, that we don't drop the ball this time around and we take care of business and we punch our ticket to the college football playoff. And so we'll take a look at a bracket as it stands right now before we advance through college conference championship week. You see the top 4 there: Ohio State, Clemson, who is now featured by Noah Fafita, who we played last year in the Frisco Bowl. So we have an opportunity there, if we were to run the table in this college football playoff, to meet Noah Fafita this year in the national championship. But as you can also see, our opponent from earlier in the season, Ole Miss, who ended up with 3 losses on the season, will look to see about holding out through this week and just let some things happen around them so they can ensure that they punch their ticket to the college football playoff. As you see on the screen, Southern Miss and Duke, an interesting matchup, something that you wouldn't normally see if there was only 4 teams in the college football playoff, but because of the expansion to 12, teams like Duke, who only have 2 losses, and Southern Miss as well, who only has 2 losses, can see about punching their ticket after conference championship week and making their first appearance in the college football playoff. And of course, not to be overlooked is our own matchup. We'll have to potentially travel to Eugene, Oregon, to take on the Oregon Ducks. As even though we're the 11-1, we are not a Power 4 team. And even though Oregon has 3 losses and may shift around in the playoffs after what may happen here with conference championship week, it'll be interesting to see, as it very likely won't see us go any higher than 9. And if we do, that means here in back-to-back weeks, we'll be able to host the conference championship as well as a college football playoff game for the first time. The stats for this season were pretty decent. Elijah Oehlke, 2,800 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions to this point, still knowing that we at least have 2 games left in this season. And again, running back by committee, Ingram, Tabor, and Oehlke all having 400 or more yards. Oehlke leading the team in rushing touchdowns with 7, and LeCounte, who didn't play in the first 4 games of the season, having 5 of his own. And so Tabor and Ingram are workhorses for the team thus far in the season. May not have the amount of touchdowns that you would see 2 running backs that get that high of a dosage in the game, but what you do see is they both have almost 500 yards. And if you took away Oakley's 400, that would probably give them north of 7,500 or 750 yards apiece. But that interesting piece of Elijah Oehlke having 400 of his own means that we rushed for over 1,500 yards this season, which is a very good point that I continue to make about how efficient we have been running the ball all season. Over on the defensive side, Odinger leading the team in tackles for loss, followed by Amare Adams. And it'll be just about the same with the sacks. Odinger, a junior redshirt, so we'll have to definitely probably see about convincing him to come back next season, as he also has 8.5 sacks, which is a really good season for an edge rusher. Jazeer Peterson, who you saw earlier a couple games ago have that 2.5 sack game and have 3 rushes at the end of the game to close out the game, securing us a victory. And that was against Temple. Amari Adams, who had 4 sacks and was stuck there for about 2 games, but got a couple of rushes here later in the season and has a sack total of 7. And a host of other guys also got their hands on the quarterback this season. It's also notable to mention that Sean Spears and Tariq Watson both had 3 interceptions apiece, but there's a good chance that Sean Spears will return next season to the Blazers. Looking over to some contributors from seasons prior, Corey Milner this season played in 12 games, had 34 catches for 555 yards and 6 touchdowns, which is far less than what we had in our own receiving core. And I have to go backwards. I wanted to go backwards and show our receiving core just because I wanted to compare and contrast what the guys that left our team did at their respective teams and what they could have done with us. As you'll see on the screen, Corey Milner had 952 yards and 12 touchdowns. And what could have been, he had half of that production there in Washington State. And so you'll see another one of our key contributors from last season, Gabriel Klein, who played in 13 games for us and had 40 catches for 400 yards. Didn't have a single snap in this season for the Utah Utes. Absolutely not getting any stats. So I would absolutely see that he is probably going to hit the portal once again over playing time or playing style. And we may look to see about snatching him back up out of the portal. Scrolling over to West Virginia, Iverson Hooks also appeared in 12 games for West Virginia, but only came up with 14 catches and 135 yards for 3 touchdowns, which again is far less of the production than he got in the previous season, in which he had 700 yards and 6 touchdowns for the Blazers. Again, another one of those pieces, just like Gabriel Klein and possibly even Corey Milner, that if we are able to look at them in the transfer portal, we may just see about getting them back on the team. And so while we look at our own receiving core, Caleb Brown, the one that stayed loyal, from Iowa that stayed loyal to UAB and finished his career, ended up appearing in 12 games for us this year so far for 58 catches and 1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns thus far on the season. And Brandon Hawkins, had 50 catches as well for 700 yards and 6 touchdowns. Elder, who didn't see as many targets, maybe because we had that 50-50 between Caleb Brown and Hawkins, still came away with 18 catches for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. You remember that he had a very nice catch in one of our games there at the end of the second quarter on the right sideline. Ferguson, Gabriel Klein's replacement, stepped up in a mighty way, giving us 33 catches for 300 yards, having a lot of critical catches. And so did our freshman Tabor, who had 230 yards as well, catching the ball and a touchdown. We didn't really get him the ball through the air as much in the second half of the season, but I do, as I see him progress, see that he will probably be better in the future. And so I'm excited for what the future should hold. And as well as Kyle Byler, who played in quite a few games, appeared in just about all of them, got a couple catches there early in the season and came away with a touchdown. Somebody that hopefully we can develop in the offseason, as he's very small, but hopefully we can use his speed and use him as somewhat of a gadget player. And hopefully we can bring in some talent that can be around him and make him better. And so that'll leave nothing left to be said about this week's game, a 4 o'clock game against the North Texas Mean Green, for a chance at the American Conference Championship, which needs to be our primary focus. Coach Dave Cena in the locker room was just heard telling his troops, don't look ahead. Don't look past this opponent. Focus on the task at hand. And the game is underway now here in Birmingham. And so this North Texas team, on paper, said not to be that good. But at the top of their roster, they are very top-heavy, featuring some very good players. As Tabor will take the first handoff of the game there, getting us upward to the 42-yard line. They feature a really good quarterback, running back, and 2 good receivers, which we'll probably see at some point in this game. But right now, this defense, which is also very studded, is very good also. It will be a challenge here for the Blazer offense, who gratefully have the ball first and are driving here early in the game. It's Easy Oehlke looking there just to drop down a catch now to Tabor, and that'll be a quick pickup of 2. And so Ingram now checking into the game early, and we'll send Hawkins in motion, trying to get some movement there on the defense. And we'll just hand it off to Ingram, who has a little bit of breathing room, and get a gain of 4 there, making it 3rd and 4 from the 40-yard line. One of those plush territories we talk about every week. Our kicker, Delane, Mr. Consistent, can kick from about the 38, but we get to the 39, and Coach Cena, being aggressive here early, wants to go for it. This is not the week to leave anything to chance, so completely agreeing with Coach Cena as everybody in the crowd, as calling that good play that we love, that RPO on 4th down, and Hawkins, now over 50 catches in the season, will get a first down there. And so now on the 27, with 3 minutes left in the first quarter, we'll hand it off here to Tabor. And get nothing. Bringing up a 2nd and 10. Tabor not getting frustrated, just looking to put his head down and get back to work as he's still in the game. And we'll dump it down here now to Ferguson for about an 8-yard pickup. We got a lineman that's hurt. And I know the Mean Green defense has read the scouting report. When number 0 is in the game, look for 2 plays in rapid succession, as Oehlke will hand it off to LeCounte. And Agent Zero will get us down to the 7-yard line. And you heard the scouting report right, says Coach Cena as he shouts it across the field as they'll line back up and hand it to LeCounte again. And LeCounte will get past the defender for his 6th touchdown, a Blazer touchdown for 6. As we'll take the lead here in the conference championship, as you'll see the offense coming back there to celebrate with LeCounte. The stands are packed today here in Progressive Stadium for this sold-out crowd, looking on as the Blazers score first in their first time hosting the American Conference Championship game. And so this Mean Green offense here led out for the first time by the quarterback, and he'll hand it off up the gut to the running back for a short game. Interesting. McMillan, no relation to Tet McMillan, is the quarterback today for the Mean Green, as he'll hand it off there for a 2nd time to the running back for another short gain. And here on 3rd and 6, looking to come up with some pressure, come up with a stop, and it is just thrown to the dirt there by McMillan, and that will bring out the punt team here for the Blazers. And that stadium post is all the way up today here in Progressive Stadium, as the Blazers looking to come up with their 8th consecutive win here in Progressive Stadium. And Caleb Brown will take that punt down to the 47-yard line. This Blazer crowd as excited as ever for the Blazers offense to punch it into the end zone again. and show this crowd that we are worth being American Conference champions, and show the committee as well that we're worth hosting a game. And LeCounte is now checking into the game, so you know what that means. He's going to take the handoff, and we're going to rush back to the line. If the 0 is in, we're going to try to let him spin. You know the motto here for Coach Cena. And we'll rush back to the line and call for a play action there with Oehlke, who has a man deep. That's Caleb Brown, and that is 6. 3 times 2 equals 6. Easy Oehlke hitting KB in stride right there on the play action. You got to know when you see that one-on-one there with Caleb Brown, who has 1,200 yards on the season thus far. We're going to take that opportunity. He scored on that ball more often than not. That 50-50 ball there by Elijah Oehlke, just enough to put another touchdown on the board, making it a 14-point game now here, still in the first quarter. And so after a block kick, instead, it'll just be a 13-point game for the Blazers as they'll kick it back off to the mean green, sending this offense back on the field. But this defense has a little bit of momentum now. They're walking tall as they run back on the field. And given that they have a 13-point cushion after just a few short plays there by the offense, they're feeling pretty good about going out here and hanging loose and playing good defense, as you'll see a sack there from Demain Wilson, someone that's not featured very often in this defense, but they're in the 3-3-5 package. We had some linebackers in for the first time, and he was able to come away with one of his probably not many sacks on the season. And so now that'll bring up 3rd and 13 here for this mean green offense as we get ready to wind down on the first quarter. You'll see that he's dumping it to the running back, and converging for a tackle is Des Ricks and Kerry Brown to end the first quarter, up 13 points, and bringing the punt team out after this will be the mean green. So this is reminiscent of last season's game, where although North Texas was a really good team, they just have no answer right now for this Blazers on offense or defense. And so the stadium post is rocking as we get another opportunity here to get the ball, as Caleb Brown will catch the punt and get nowhere. But that'll still bring out this offense once more, looking to continue this train. And seeing some one-on-one matchups, Oehlke makes an adjustment. And once again, we'll throw it up here to Caleb Brown. And this time it's knocked away. But man, we might have had something there. Seeing something in the game plan. Oehlke, knowing that cornerback can't hang with Caleb Brown one-on-one, but he'll dump it down here on 2nd down to Hawkins. And that'll get us a 1st down, upwards now to the 46-yard line. And this Blazer offense showing some consistency, showing some fluidity, showing some dominance, as you'll see Tabor get a handoff here and another 1st down. And so in as many plays, we are upwards now to the 35-yard line, pushing ahead. And we're going to hand it off here to Ingram right up the middle, and he'll try to follow Rogers into that hole. Stop there by the defense is Ingram. And so on 2nd and 8 with 5 minutes to go in the second, we'll hand it off once more to Ingram, who will follow his blocks and spin away from the defender, now getting us down to the 14-yard line. While North Texas deal with an injury, you can feel the buzz, the roar of the crowd, the heat that the Blazers are blowing down the mean green defense's neck, as now we'll hand it off to Tabor and get 6 yards on that play. And again, the Dragons are waking up, looking to torch this defense at every opportunity. And LeCounte that Jason stamps. If 0's in, you know we're going to let him spin. We hand it off to him. LeCounte puts his foot in the dirt and goes up the middle for 2-yard line. And so, of course, as I say every time, if 0's in, we're going to let him spin. We're going fast. And Oehlke will catch the snap and see that he has his tight end, Ferguson. But the linebacker dropped back as well. And so now on 4th and inches, of course, we'll leave the offense out and we'll go for it. We'll punch it ahead with Ingram, who, of course, will get the first down to the 2-yard line. And you know what we're doing. The wheel's not broken. We're not trying to fix it. Even with a loaded box, we got 6 on 6. We're going to bounce Ingram and give him a chance. And he's not going to come up with anything. And that's kind of what I was talking about before the video started. It's not even easy for Ingram and Tabor to get in the end zone, as you saw LeCounte get into the end zone earlier. As now we try again on a 2nd straight play there to get Ingram into the end zone to no avail. And so now here on a 3rd straight play, we'll try to get Ingram in the end zone once again, bouncing him once and again, giving him a handoff. And he is met there in the hole by 2 defenders. And that will give us no opportunity there, as we'll run this down to the 2-minute mark first and make a decision here after the break on what we're going to do, whether we're going to leave the offense on the field or whether we're going to kick.
The 2-minute timeout of what's been a lopsided game so far. Let's see if the offense can stretch the lead more before halftime.
Considering that I got the ball first here in the game, I want to go for 6 right here. I don't want to give the North Texas Mean Green any chance in this game if I don't have to, as Oehlke will just roll out and walk into the end zone himself and celebrate with the Blazer crowd, showing off his muscles for his 8th rushing touchdown on the season. As you saw, 3 different times I tried to get Ingram into the end zone, and there, Oehlke, our leading rushing scorer on the season, will waltz in much easier than James Ingram was able to do.
Kicking team on now for the extra point. We're in a hole here before they have a chance to regroup at halftime. Let's see if they can cut into this.
And so under 2 minutes here, the Mean Green will bring the offense back out. As you see, they try some type of midline option there with the quarterback, as he'll pull it and go backwards on the first play of the game. And we have to pay attention to the bottom line ticker, as some games won't get played while we're playing our game, but some games have already happened. Some games have yet to happen. Some games are in process of happening. So we do need to pay attention to some things that are going on around the league as well.
Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. The quarterback delivers complete to the right side. He's not going to get the first down. It's 4th down now. And now the defense will call a timeout before this.
Seeing another opportunity to score here is the Blazers with a minute and 40 seconds left in the first half. They'll kick it deep to Caleb Brown, who has a crease and doesn't get all the blocking that he needs, but is able to get it up to the 43-yard line and bring out the offense once more here, possibly with a chance to score before the half. And looking around, seeing some things, see if he likes anything. He'll dump it down to Tabor, and Tabor will get a couple of yards and will rush back to the line. Having to go pretty quickly here at the end of the half to try to get some points, but don't want to force anything, as we'll snap it and dump it down to Tabor once more and come up with a first down, but an injury there to Caleb Perez, one of our offensive linemen, and a very good critical first down there on that last play by Tabor, a way to get it out by Oehlke. And we'll make some adjustments to Elder's route over there and throw it over to him. One of my favorite routes to throw over there to Elder. He always comes up with that clutch catch there on the sideline. And we'll continue to make those adjustments. As you'll see, Oehlke now stepping around will break off a defender and get a 5-yard pickup there instead of taking a sack or anything else. And so we'll still rush back to the line here with 40 seconds and ticking, and try to get it now to Caleb Brown, and it is almost intercepted. Almost a mistake there by Oehlke. We are lucky that that defender has hands of bricks, because otherwise that would have been a pick in a very hurtful way there to end the half, as we'll throw a bad throw there to Caleb Brown as we were trying to roll out too fast, and we'll send out Delange, Mr. Consistent, for a field goal here with 30 seconds left. And much like many other kicks here in the season, this one is up, this one is good, giving us now a 23-0 lead in the first half of this game. And the Mean Green will definitely look to get to halftime as quickly as they can to regroup and see what they can look at on film very quickly. See what kind of adjustments they can make to stop this Blazer offense, to find a way to break through on this Blazer defense, to find a way to get back into this game with only 2 quarters left to play. As before we can even get to halftime, my user there, A.J. Brown, comes away with an interception. And we'll take the ball here again at the 29-yard line. Again, this looks oddly like last season's game, where in last season, the North Texas Mean Green, like I said, were undefeated, but looked much like this, eerily similar to how they looked last season. And how our game last season looked as well, as we'll rush back to the line with the clock going and dumping down here to Ingram again, and it's broken up. And so with 6 seconds left here on the clock, we won't be more aggressive than what we need. We already got a gift. We're going to send Mr. Consistent Delange out there and slice up again, now making it a 26-0 game. After an interception on the defense by A.J. Brown, as you see, Georgia and Auburn, number 13, on the outside looking in, looking to take down Georgia and punch their ticket to the college football playoff. Florida International winning the CUSA game. And I think that's the only 2 that are all the way done. As you'll see, we still can't get out of the first half without more happening, as that will be a punch out on the kickoff for a scoop and score, now making it a 32-0 ball game here in the American Conference Championship game for the Blazers. One that, like, nobody could have written this story better for the Blazers and Coach Cena in their very first appearance in the American Conference Championship game. As you see, splitting the difference on offense with rushing and passing, having multiple first downs, no penalties. An outstanding game by the defense up to this point, no points given up. This offense playing lights out. An interception there at the end of the half, a fumble there scooped up for a touchdown at the end of the half. As you'll see on the screen, just everything absolutely going the Blazers' way today. They couldn't ask for anything more other than for the clock to already to hit triple zeros in the fourth quarter. And so we'll kick it off here back to the Mean Green, but up 30. This Blazer fan base, they aren't leaving their seats. In just 14 to 15 minutes, they expect to see their team hoist up the American Conference Championship, as Georgia now has a 14-point lead in the SEC Championship over Auburn, and that'll probably effectively get them out of the college football playoff. In the third quarter of this game, the Blazers here showing some lockdown defense. A.J. Brown, they're looking to get his second interception just in this game, but unable to come up with the interception, but knocks it away. Bringing out the Mean Green punt team, and up 30. You got to think Coach Cena wants to keep his guys healthy. Maybe we'll send out his starters here for maybe one more possession if we're able to score, and go ahead and pull his guys and get ready for the college football playoff. It is almost to a point. We'll have to make sure that we finish this third quarter more than anything first. And then we can start thinking about what's to come in the following weeks as far as the college football playoff. Third and 6. No longer scared to punt or anything like that. Just not looking to be too aggressive. And we'll probably just look to hand it off to Ingram. But Hawkins is who will come open on that bubble screen, setting us up with the first down here. An efficient game by Oehlke, as we'll hand it off to Ingram here on first down. He'll follow his blocks correctly and get another first down. Up now to the 28, getting his usual dosage. 11 carries, although about 5 of them came on one drive. But we'd like to see about getting him the hottest hand available. And so with 11 carries just in this game, that's something we're very happy about. We'll hand it off to him once more, just looking to drain clock and get our third first down in a row. And that'll pull Ingram now, as you can see, some wear and tear. And that's what I was talking about, Coach Cena. Probably very likely after this drive, going to pull starters on both sides. And you even have to think about pulling somebody like LeCounte or Tabor and not letting them see their helmets for the rest of the game, even though they are underclassmen. As Tabor will catch the ball. They have been very pertinent figures in our offense all season. So we definitely want to make sure we keep them healthy at all costs, as Ingram will check back in and try to get another touchdown here in front of this Blazers crowd. As we'll hand it off, and Ingram still struggling to just punch his head into the goal line. And we'll call a different set of plays, still an inside zone, and hand it off to Ingram again, seeing the gates of the end zone, but they're getting injured and not what we wanted to see. As Ingram is down, we'll definitely need him in the coming weeks. So Rodgers will check in now in the backfield with Oehlke. And Oehlke will fake the handoff and go backwards. And we're just going to go ahead and sub Ingram out and take the field goal here by Mr. Consistent. Delange making it a 36-point game. And we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and pull everybody out of the game now. And I'm still going to look into the depth chart to make sure Tabor has the longest shot of getting back into this game. I don't want to get anybody hurt. I already almost got James Ingram hurt trying to get him a touchdown, so we'll just go ahead and finish this game up. I'm not sure that much else will indeed happen in this game. I think it'll be a fairly quiet game. If we're able to come up with a stop here with the backups, we will for sure put this game away. As you see now, Peterson comes up with a stop as Kenny Pete, our starting safety, is still in the game somehow. I got to get these guys out of the game because these are starters that are starting to get hurt now. We've got to get other people in the game so we don't get our people hurt. Turn into the game after subbing around some players, making sure that we get our starters for the most part out of the game. And so now on 2nd and 9, McMillan will drop back and throw. And now bring up 3rd and 9, as we've got everybody officially out of the game except for A.J. Brown. I'm not sure why he's still in the game, but I want to get him out, as Bashir will catch an interception of his own, forcing another one there by McMillan. And we'll begin to salt the game away. Try to get out of here now with no more injuries, as Burton will check in. And I just said I didn't want to see anybody else as a key contributor in the game. And LeCounte Probably is still in because of formation subs more than anything, but he'll get another carry. And so I can't really be mad at that. We just can't call that anymore. And Burton will take the snap now and hand it off to Collins, who you don't see featured at all, but here in a blowout session in the American Conference Championship game, we're giving everybody a chance here today. We're making dreams come true as we'll end the third quarter here, possibly with a punt. And what I'll do is I'll just join you guys back here at the end of the game for the conference championship presentation. Granted that the Mean Green don't somehow score. So after a disappointing way to end the game, as you could see, EA servers went down there in the middle of the game. The 36-0 UAB Blazers American Conference Championship game. So we'll just go ahead and give ourselves a win since we were up 36-0, cruising to a victory. Unfortunately, all of those stats will be gone, and we won't get to see the presentation of the American Conference Championship game in front of the home fans. And with a lot of stats that we missed out on, a lot of very good plays, I'm glad that we have the recording to prove it. But we'll go ahead and advance to the next week as we'll punch our ticket into the the college football playoff championship playoffs. And we'll see who we'll be taking on in the next episode. And so after a commitment by a couple of players, some receivers that I had targeted, and you'll see some other targets here on the screen as well. But some other guys that go with Byler or Die. Hopefully they'll make some impacts as well. You see on the screen also there them awarding us the American Conference Championship. And so, as it stands, after Kerry Brown also gets a defensive player in the game in the simulation, and Oehlke comes away in the simulation with 340 yards and 3 touchdowns. Probably a little bit better than what we did. And so now we'll check in and see how we will shape up. As it stands, it still continues to be the same that we will face Oregon in the first round, but we'll advance once more and ensure that that will be our opponent. As I think there's nothing left to do here other than go to the first week of National Signing Day and the first week of Bowl Week. And so there you have it, our offensive coordinator, Justin Wilson, winning the Broyles Award, Coordinator of the Year. Rightfully so, that offense play a whole lot better than they did in the previous season with Jalen Kittner, Javon Jackson, Isaiah Jacobs, Corey Milner, Iverson Hooks, Gabriel Klein, some of the pieces that we missed and some of the pieces that we were able to replace. And there you have it. It is official. We have been invited to the college football playoff to play against Oregon. We will have to travel to Eugene, Oregon to take on the Oregon Ducks in the next episode. And until then, my name is Drism Gaming. This is the UAB Blazers Dynasty, and I'm out.